Race number 5 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3 o'clock. It's the Heineken 3 handicap over 1,200 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the unlucky last start, a false statement.
Heading right out to the middle of the track. This leader's snuck a length and a half count to Mozov. Running second, Three Secrets. One short, Double the Pro down the outside. Classic Pro, false statement. Abbey Lane runs on as well. Double the Pro reaches the lead. One short got to second over towards the inside, down past the 100. Double the Pro. One short trying to level up with it. Double the Pro with its head in front. They hit the line. Double the Pro. Double the Pro wins the last.
I think this is probably going to be the value bet on the card, number 1, false statement. Really likes wet tracks. Maps well for the first time this year after drawing 10, 12 and 14 this campaign. Drops slightly in weight as well due to the claim of Maddie Derrick down to 59, but also drops in grade as well into this Class 3 handicap. Gate number 1, I think, can be on speed, was wide all of the way in that replay race. Forgive that run. Full statement goes on top. From number 5, Expressionist, who is one of the horses that Peter's Investments looked to get rid of at the end of last season. Ended up being withdrawn from the sale, but that's not really a really big positive for mine. Did break its maiden last start, beating My Hidden Journey by a length and a half, but I think it's going to get a fair way back here and have to run down full statement. Only goes in for second. Number 6 is Megadon, who simply does not win out of turn. He's won 2 of its 32 starts, but this race is considerably weaker than his previous assignment, which was won by Position of Power. And then number 4, Holy Ghost, has started both of his recent contests very poorly, so I think his raw numbers are a little bit misleading, having finished stone motherless in both of those races. This is easier, decent gate, can improve. Top selection in race number 5 is number 1, False Statement, to beat 5, Expressionist, 6, Megadon and 4, Holy Ghost. Race number 6 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 3:35. It's the Amelia Park handicap over 1,200 metres. It's restricted to the fillies and the mares. One of those is number 6, Dark Mission. Let's have a look at its recent trial.
Now is Cup Night looming up 3 wide and 4 wide, I should say, is Cup Night. Underneath it and coming at them is Dark Mission. Then came Brutus Maximus with Heavenly Affair. Cleves watching, picks up some ground with On a Feet down the straight. Pick Your Battles kicked at the 150. Got away. Cup Night's coming down the outside. It's Pick Your Battles in front though, and Pick Your Battles will beat Cup Night. Third place, Dark Mission. Justin.
Tough race to bet into is race number 6. Ended up with number 6 in Dark Mission. Now this horse flopped in a couple of feature races towards the end of last campaign, finishing last in the 1,000 Guineas and 11th of 13 in the Natasha. But if you go back, she did win a maiden, and the horse behind her that day was Puckapunyal, who's come out and franked that form quite emphatically. Gate number 3, unlike a lot of the Peter's Investments gallopers, this horse can be ridden on the speed, and given the map for some of the other contenders, Dark Mission gets the nod. From number 1, Grand Design, who I think is probably the best horse in this race, but he's going to start from the outside gate, and he's going to find it very, very hard, one would think. Chris Graham takes over from Joe Azzopardi, down to 57 kilos. Did win a couple of starts ago in Class 3 grade, beating Bedouin Bell. I think the form's right. I'm just not sure where Grand Design gets to. A horse I'm convinced he's not suited by 1,200 metres is number 2, Amelia Bedelia. Now, Robert and Todd Harvey train, and Victoria Corver jumps back aboard this horse, having trialled it back in May. I'm just not convinced that the 6 furlongs on a testing track is going to be the go for Amelia Bedelia. And then number 3, Put a Spell on You. Another one that's got sufficiently good form in the book, but has drawn another wide gate, gate 14, in the field of 17 before we get the scratchings. Top selection in race number 6 is number 6, the well-drawn Dark Mission, to beat 1, Grand Designed, 2, Amelia Bedelia and 3, Put a Spell on You. Race number 7 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 4:10. It's the SEPPELT Wines handicap over 1,400 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start win of Position of Power.
Bruce Almighty and Harvey pushes Position of Power into the clear to set out after Zephyr Queen, who led them at the 300. Zephyr Queen, she's raced about 2.5 in front. Position of Power, it's lengthening stride and starting to cut the margin back quickly. Right down the outskirts of the track, Beat the Bell's coming with a run. Position of Power got to Zephyr Queen, Beat the Bell, the widest of them charging. Position of Power, Beat the Bell, Position of Power.
Had this race pegged as a race into Position of Power and One Short. I've got them racing pretty similarly. I've also got them mapping very similarly. I just think the Position of Power may see out the 1400 metres a little bit better than One Short. Paul Harvey keeps the ride. I arguably think this race is probably a little bit weaker than the race that Position of Power won last start, Beat the Bell. And prior to that was only beaten a length and a half by last Saturday's winner in Captain King. Goes on top from number 7. One Short, who put up his best performance in quite some time 2 weeks ago when only just beaten by Double the Pro. Went round at 25 to 1 that day. I don't think you'll see those odds on Wednesday, but that was over the 1200 metres, has won over the 1400, but most of One Short's best ratings are probably at 6 furlongs. Number 11 is Peppy Jack. Now, he's certainly best suited over 1400 metres at Belmont Park on rain-affected ground. So he ticks all 3 boxes there. Would be not at all surprised to see Peppy Jack run a big race for James Grieve off the quick turnaround, 6 days it will be. And then number 13, Burning Magic, has won each of her last 2 races when she's gone around with less than 54.5 kilos. Goes around with 52.5 on Wednesday. Gate number 2 has to go in the exotics. Top selection in race number 7 is number 4, Position of Power, to beat 7 One Short, 11 Peppy Jack and 13 Burning Magic. Race number 8 at Belmont on Wednesday will jump at 4:45. It's the Crown Towers Handicap over the 1400 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the last start, 5th of Balladeer.
Last. They balanced up. Mordor led Lies and Deception. Pike's about to get through with Montalina. Then wide out, Tiffer Spoken. Fair Justice, Lies and Deception. They're right across the track as Montalina goes through. Joins on the outside, Tiffer Spoken, Fair Justice. He has to get into Montalina. Tiffer Spoken's got the head in front though. Tiffer Spoken, Montalina. Chock Slam is coming with a late run, but Tiffer Spoken draws the neck in front. Tiffer Spoken just...
I thought the Balladeer was pretty sound in his first up performance for Stephen Miller and Brad Parnham. Sean McGrady takes over from the indisposed Parnham on Wednesday. Now, this horse won its maiden back at Pinjarra in May, and I thought that was a decent performance as well, beating Hit Wiggle. Previously with Peter and Paul Snowden in New South Wales, drawn a decent gate here in what is an open race to finish the meeting. Goes on top. From number 4, Our Insider. Now, this is another horse that's a recent arrival in WA and has broken its duck in the state here. Last time out, won a maiden at Northern by half a length from What Planet You On, with Clint Johnston Porter in the saddle. Gets a sticky gate here, gate 13 of 18 before the scratchings, but can't go well in those OTI colours. Number 5 is Zip Zap Zoom, who did exactly that to win a maiden at Northern on the 2nd of July, the same meeting that Our Insider was successful at. Beat Brecky with a bang by just under a quarter of a length. Has drawn really badly here, gate number 15, and will be giving them a start. And then number 10, Blue Horse. Now, this horse led for the first time this preparation when second last time out. The horse in front was Heaven's Gift, who will probably go around in the Classic on Saturday and was placed in the Belmont Oaks. Top selection in race number 8 is number 2, Balladeer, to beat 4 Our Insider, 5 Zip Zap Zoom and 10 Blue Horse. It's now time to nominate my best bets on the Belmont card. Pretty keen on the debutant in race number 3. That's number 9, Classic Magnus. And Wednesdays and Lindsay Smith have been a match made in heaven in recent times. And then in race number 5, number 1, False Statement for Tiana Robertson. It's easy to stay up to date with everything that's happening at Perth Racing. You can log onto our website or you can follow us on one of our social media channels. Until next time, bye for now.